Mufti with Jap and Italian ambassadors. The Mufti and a Japanese ambassador in Germany. The Mufti and Dino Alfieri, then Italian ambassador to Germany, in Berlin. The Mufti and Bosnians. The Mufti and High Bosnians, part of the Bosnian Quisling Corps. Another photograph of the Mufti, reviewing Bosnian Muslim troops. Photograph published by the Wiener Illustrierte Zeitung. The Mufti to the Muslims in Japan and the Far East. In sending my condolences on the occasion of the passing of the Mufti of Japan, I wish to appeal to the Muslim Institute of Tokyo and to all Muslim leaders in the Far East to follow the course of the late Mufti, and by their devoted and consistent cooperation with the Japanese, for the benefit of both parties, to ensure the fight against the common enemy, with their force, vigor, and determination. General Vagon to the Mufti. SP 601, September 25, 1939. Eminence, the letter in which Your Eminence has expressed to me his personal thanks, and that of the members of the Arab Higher Committee, for the hospitality extended to them by the French authorities in the Middle Eastern states under mandate, has touched me deeply. I have been particularly moved by the allusion which Your Eminence has made to the humanitarian spirit of France, which is one of the most noble traditions of my country. Your Eminence has been good enough also to assure me of the loyalty of the Arabs in Palestine. For this I express to you all my gratitude. I beg Your Eminence to accept the assurance of my highest consideration. Signed, Vagon. Vichy Police Chief aided Mufti in Syria. French Police Chief in Syria arranged to transport Mufti's belongings to Baghdad. Vichy Police Chief aided Mufti in Syria. FC/DU. March 12, 1940. The Chief of the Political Cabinet. I have the honor to transmit to you herewith an account of the approximate costs of transmitting the automobile and effects of the Mufti of Jerusalem to Baghdad. Villas. 17 tins of gasoline 5,695. 1 tin of oil 300. Cost of garage at Damascus 55. Funnel for gasoline 100. Food and lodging for 2 inspectors at Damascus 1,200. Provisions on route 1,000. Cost of stay, lodging and reimbursement for 48 hours at Baghdad, of 2 inspectors 6,000. 2 tickets for return to Bayreuth 9,000. 23,350. Signed, Colombani. Colombani later joined Vichy. Mufti's funds from Nazis in Tetuan. Translation. At the German consulate in Tetuan, as I have been informed, the following sums have been credited to me. 49,969. 15 pesetas equals 11,785. 20 Reichsmark. 200,679 pesetas equals 47,329. 59 Reichsmark. 250,648. 15 pesetas equals 59,115. 15 Reichsmark. For these Reichsmarks, I have today obtained from Consular Counselor Dr. Grano in Rome the sum of $34,773 in bills. Rome, March 19, 1942. H. Amin el-Husseini, Grand Mufti of Palestine. Turkestan Quisling to the Mufti. The United National Committee for Turkestan Chairman, Kuyum Khan. Berlin, April 8, 44. To His Eminence the Grand Mufti of Palestine. Euben, Kalmstrasse 167. Your Eminence, I take the liberty of sending you a badge of our Turkestan soldiers carrying the words, "We Turkestans know God." I remain ever with highest respect. Your signed, Kuyum Khan. Draft of reply in Mufti's handwriting. Peace and greetings. Confirm receipt of letter. Thank for badge of Turkestan soldiers, on which is inscribed, "We know God." The Muslims who know God well will no doubt be helped by Allah to achieve their independence and preserve their religion and country. The Mufti's bid for Indian Muslim aid. Copy of the letter from Palestine to Mr. M.A. Jinnah. Baghdad, 22 Muharram 1359. March 2, 1940. To His Excellency Mr. Muhammad Ali Jinnah, President of All India Muslim League, Bombay. The Supreme Arab Committee of Palestine have the honor to communicate to you their fears of the present situation of the Palestinian Arab nation, which is now being submitted to a rigorous and severe measure, which tends finally to annihilate the best elements in it. Hundreds of men, although peace and security have been established, since the declaration of the war, thanks to the efforts of the leaders, who thought to pursue the policy of friendship with the democracies, adopted by surrounding Arab governments, have been under trial. Still, the Palestinian government is sending Palestinian Arabs in hundreds to military courts, where many of whom are being condemned to death in many cases for trivials, though the Palestine Arabs, as you know, have done nothing besides defending their own country, which is being obviously invaded, and doing their religious duty towards the Muslim holy places which are scattered all over Palestine. These capital punishments are responsible for the lives of not less than 15 Muslims. In Ramadan last, the British authorities have executed 12 martyrs in Palestine. Among those who were recently condemned to death and executed, there are the following martyrs. 1. Khalil Abu Laban, Arab merchant in Jaffa, executed December 30th, 39. 2. Ahmed El Faris, from Oml Fam village, December 15th, 39. 3. Yusuf Muhammad Abdul Yabir, from Anata, December 15th, 39. 4. Ali Assad Khalil Abu Shurisar, from Yebid, January 18th, 40. 5. Muhammad Abdul Karim El Sheikh, from Haifa, January 18th, 40. 6. Naif Mahmoud Abu Omar El Halbuni, from Bison village, executed January 18th, 40. 7. Ahmed Kes Kesab El Faraj, from Bison, January 18th, 40. 8. Sheikh Mahmoud Ahmed Ghazal, from Azoun, January 25th, 40. 9. Assad El Kardir, from Lida, January 31st, 40. 10. Abdul Rahim Abdul Yawad, from Bison, condemned January 25th, 40. 12 other persons have been condemned to death and await their execution, namely, 1. Ali Abdullah Shaheen, from Lida CND, January 29th, 40. 2. Ali Saad Ridwan El Salihi, from Lida, January 29th, 40. 3. Abdul Latif Shukukani, from Lida, January 29th, 40. 4. Ahmed El Assad Abu Sharki, from Get, March 2nd, 40. 5. Muhammad El Zaidan, from Get, March 2nd, 40. 6. Yaber Hussein El Ali, from Get, March 2nd, 40. 7. Muhammad Ahmed El Said, from Get, March 2nd, 40. 8. Mahmoud El Zain, from Lida, May 2nd, 40. 9. Muhammad Hamid Abu Arab, from Lida, March 2nd, 40. 10. Abdul Mudi Abu Sharif, from Lida, March 2nd, 40. 11. Abdul Qadir El Ray, from El Magaz, March 2nd, 40. 12. Muhammad Yusuf Suleiman, from Kaluza, March 2nd, 40. The military courts are still continuing this policy of extirpation. Those who are not being condemned to death are condemned to severely long terms imprisonment, the number of whom has become now exceedingly great. Many are still now under trial, and many are awaiting their execution. In these circumstances, and after repeated appeals to the British government without avail, we turn our faces to you, after God, to render whatever assistance available to you, so that this courageous small people of Palestine should not perish. We have great hopes that with the distinguished position you possess now, your word amongst the authorities will have its great influence. Could we rely upon this word to be kindly used for the deliverance of our people? Signed, Mufti. Lord Linlithgow attacks Mufti. Copy of the letter from the Viceroy of India, dated Simla, the June 27, 1940, to Mr. M.A. Jinnah. Dear Mr. Jinnah, you will remember that you wrote to me on the 39th May to send me a copy of a letter which you had received from the Mufti of Palestine, on which you asked my consideration. I am sorry not to have been able to let you have an earlier answer, but as you will understand, I have had to ascertain the position from His Majesty's government. 2. I should, I think, make it clear in the first place that His Majesty's government have no relations with the Mufti, who will not be permitted to return to Palestine, and that the answer which follows is accordingly made in confidence, and should not be passed on to the Mufti. 3. The Mufti has throughout his career shown himself to be unalterably opposed to British administration in Palestine. He must, I fear, be regarded as primarily responsible for the recent campaign of assassination and terrorism, and in spite of notable efforts made to meet Arab claims by the policy set out in the White Paper, he has in no degree modified his attitude, but, on the contrary, has, under enemy influence, become the focus of hostile activity and intrigue in the Middle East against the British government and the Allied cause. 4. In these circumstances, you will no doubt accept with great reserve statements emanating from such a source. The fact is that the publication of the White Paper produced an immediate détente in Palestine, since Arabs realized that it went far to meet their claims, and, with the outbreak of the war, which was the occasion for widespread demonstrations of support for the Allied cause from the Arab community, progress towards the restoration of normal conditions in the country has been continuous. So great indeed has been the improvement in the situation that the military authorities in Palestine have been able to review sentences for offenses committed during the disturbances and to release many who had been placed under detention. As recently as June 15th, you will be glad to know, the emergency regulations were amended to provide that military courts should not have power to impose death sentences and to remove fro their competence thy case, in which the offense had been committed before that date. It is hoped that circumstances will permit a further gradual relaxation of the drastic measures imposed during the disturbances. 5. Finally, I would invite your attention to the measures so far taken to implement the policy laid down in the White Paper of May 1339, viz. Regulation of Jewish immigration since April 1939, in accordance with the provisions of the White Paper and the enactment of legislation last February, with which you will be familiar from the references in the public press, and which was embodied in Command Paper 6180, controlling the transfer of land in the interests of Arab agriculturists. You may rest assured that every consideration has been, and will continue to be given by His Majesty's government, to legitimate Arab claims. Yours sincerely, signed, Lynn Lithgow. Copy of the letter from Mr. M.A. Jinnah, dated Simla, the June 28, 1940, to the Viceroy of India. Dear Lord Lynn Lithgow, I have received your letter of the June 27, 1940, giving me the detailed account of the position in Palestine. I need hardly say that I am most grateful to you for this, and I will go through this, and communicate with you further in the matter if necessary. Yours sincerely, signed M.A. Jinnah. Indian Muslims send relief. Mount Pleasant Road, Malabar Hill, Bombay. September 12, 1940. Your Excellency, I had received a letter from the Supreme Arab Council of Palestine, dated the February 3, 1940, and also we have been following the developments that have been taking place. The All India Muslim League has pressed from time to time that the Arab national demands should be conceded by His Majesty's government, and representations have been made by me to His Excellency the Viceroy of India with a request to convey the feelings of Muslim India to His Majesty's government. The Viceroy wrote to me on the 27th of June a letter, copy of which I am annexing herewith, together with the copies of my reply to him, and of the letter that I originally received from Palestine, which may be communicated to the leaders of Palestine Arabs. Besides, a fund committee was appointed by the All India Muslim League for the purpose of collecting funds to help by way of relief to those who have suffered and are suffering, and we have been able to collect £500 only. I am sending you a draft for the amount endorsed in favor of the Foreign Minister Iraq government, as a token, however small, of our goodwill for our Arab brethren as our contribution towards relief to those who deserve help in the name of humanity. Please therefore request your minister to see that the money is utilized by proper authority and for a definite purpose referred to above. Yours sincerely, signed M.A. Jinnah. His Excellency, Consul General Iraq Government.